Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B, and I'm back with another General Collective Energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel but have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. So with that being said, y'all, let's hop in. So first of all, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are having a blessed day on today. For those of you that celebrate, the 4th of July, hope you have a happy and safe 4th of July. For those of you that don't know, we do have a Patreon page. It is B's Intuition on Patreon, so you guys are more than welcome to join us. So y'all, I just keep hearing the word trick. So somebody could be trying to trick somebody. I don't know, if somebody, has an STD, because, like trick, what is it? Trick something. That's like a STD or STI. So somebody, could have, that. But somebody, could, they could, like have some type of trick up their sleeve, when it comes to trying to trick somebody. It could be, to try to give somebody, like a STD or STI. I don't know. I just keep hearing the word trick. I don't know, somebody, was trying to trick somebody into giving them some money, by, giving them this sob story, to make them believe, that they just need this money or whatever have you. I don't know. Let's just hop in, y'all. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Dark Abyss. So whoever this is, they definitely, could be, like in the Dark Abyss. Somebody, could be trying to, like trick somebody, into like helping to pull them out of this dark abyss. Something, could be going on with somebody's menstrual cycle. Somebody, could be, like, bleeding really heavily, or, like the blood could be, like really, really dark out here. Not to be too explicit, but that's just what I'm picking up. Somebody's eyes could be, like really, really, really dark, so most of the time, when somebody's eyes are really dark, they definitely, have a demon within them. So I don't know, whoever this person is, they could have a demon within them, something, could have, like taken over them. Somebody definitely, could feel like that they're, like living in hell on earth out here. So, maybe that's what's going on with somebody. Maybe somebody, is, wants to, like try to trick somebody, to, like living in hell on earth with them. I don't know. It's a weird energy. Whoever this is, they could be acting like really, really weird at this time. Maybe somebody, is trying to trick somebody, lure somebody so that they can, like, drag them to hell, with them. But let's just hop in and see what's going on, y'all. Holy Spirit. Yeah, it flipped over. This is the Tricks Are for Kids card. So somebody definitely, could be trying to trick somebody, Somebody definitely, has some type of, like trick up their sleeve. They're trying to pull, like a rabbit out of a hat. Yeah, magician energy. Somebody, could be doing some type of spell work, black magic. But yeah, tricks are for kids. So whoever this is, they definitely, could be, like an immature, individual. This person, like could have kids. You could have kids. For those of you, that have kids, smaller kids, remind them of stranger danger. But this is also too, like the manifestation card. So somebody, could be, like manifesting at this time. Maybe, like somebody, is trying to, like block somebody's manifestations, but maybe they're trying to hide the fact that they're trying to block somebody's manifestations. Yeah. Creating illusions is at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, could be trying to trick somebody, trying to create some type of illusions. Basically, yeah, playing mind games. But I've said this numerous of times, when it comes to, like black magic, it's not always, like people using this and using that, to create a spell, like mind games, manipulation, all that is a form of, like black magic. So, what else, Holy Spirit? Somebody, could be trying to trick somebody because somebody's not playing into, like they're what they're trying to do. So, like somebody, could be trying to, like trying to strategize, plan, and plot, like another plan. Because, yeah, whoever this is, they're thirsty. Thirsty boots came out. I don't know. I mean, everybody, should know, especially those, that have a relationship with the Most High God, that read their Bible and, all the, and have, information, about, God and, things of that nature. We know that the devil is tricky. So the devil could be trying to trick somebody. Or they could be trying to use somebody to trick somebody. So be aware of trickster spirits. Somebody, could be trying to use a kid, to trick somebody. Or, just, like protect your kids, you know what I mean? Cleanse your home, cleanse your environment, cleanse your kids, cleanse your animals, cleanse yourself. Somebody definitely, could benefit, like with drinking a lot of water out here. I don't know. Somebody, could be dehydrated. Yeah. Somebody, yeah, whoever this thirsty boots is, they're dehydrated. So they could be thirsty for somebody's energy. Thirsty, for money, and maybe they know somebody's financially stable. So somebody just needs to be aware. Because, yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we got the Four of Wands card, which is, yeah, stability. Somebody, could be thirsty, like to get up in somebody's home. Somebody, could be thirsty, so thirsty, for some money, or so thirsty for whatever they're thirsty for, that they could, like try to, act like that they, like want to, like be so in love with somebody, and would you marry me? Somebody just needs to be aware. And I feel like, yeah, all this is going on while somebody, is in the process of manifesting something. Yeah, the third party card came out. Somebody overindulges in some stuff out here. I don't know, if somebody, wants to, like try to trick somebody to, like overindulge, in things that, they shouldn't be overindulging in. Whoever this person is, yeah, they're trying to cause some type of interference. They could be trying to, like use, like people, to try to cause some type of interference. Be aware, of trickster spirits again. But it's a lot of kids out here. So something about, yeah, some kids. I don't know, if, like, yeah, like somebody's trying to use some kids, like to get to somebody or get back at somebody. So just be aware. Somebody can't tolerate something out here. Somebody can't tolerate something out here. So I feel like it could be, like somebody's, like somebody's aura. Who somebody is, So just be aware. Because, yeah, whoever this is, they definitely, yeah, like to create illusions out here. I don't know. There could be somebody out here, that so thirsty, to, I don't know, because it's giving me somebody, that has some type of sex addiction, And so, their sex addiction, like could lead them, to kids. Or this is somebody, that, yeah, they like kids, but not in a, not in a healthy way, if you know what I mean. So Just be aware. We got on the road again. Somebody, could be traveling out here. Somebody, could be trying to trick somebody into traveling. So be aware. I don't know. I feel like there's a whole there's a lot of people that could be involved, or say it's a like a whole lot of people could be trying to travel or is traveling. You know what I mean? Whoever these people are, they could be trying to invite somebody to travel with them. It's giving me like luring energy. Somebody trying to lure somebody somewhere. So be aware. Or this is like somebody like trying to lure kids to get in the van. It's purple and green. It's your favorite colors. Be aware. Yeah. Behind this card we got leaving Earth. So I don't know. Somebody definitely could be so thirsty, so over it, that they like just want somebody to leave the Earth. So be aware. Why is this tricks for kids here? I don't know. Somebody could be out here grooming kids. We got the Pentagon card that came out. It's a lot that came out, but this is the Pentagon card. So this is like a organization, cult, coven, gang, the government. I don't know, somebody like trying to trick the government. Somebody's son could be bisexual as well. Somebody could find out that their son is bisexual. This is weird. Just give me one. Yeah, somebody's trying to trick the police. Or somebody has some type of trick up their sleeve when it comes to the government, the police. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a J or an I. The excited card fell on the floor. Somebody, they're stoked to do something. They're excited to do something out here. So somebody just needs to be aware. But I definitely do feel like, like at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, somebody definitely could be in this excited energy out here. I don't know. Somebody, could have, like invented some type of game, you know what I mean? So somebody, thought that it would be funny, to, like bully somebody for 30 days on, like social media, cyberbully somebody, or, they thought, they could make up a game, to where, like they could, like trick the police, play with the government. I don't know what this is. Somebody's so thirsty, to play a game, or somebody's so thirsty, to, like get somebody, to play a game. Somebody, could be so thirsty, for somebody, to see somebody's downfall out here. Yeah, the trapezoid came out in the reverse. Somebody, could have already tried it, you know what I mean? And like they didn't, they couldn't trap somebody, they could have set a booby trap, and like somebody, didn't fall in the booby trap. Somebody's first, middle, or last name could start with a T. So whatever this booby trap is, I feel like that, whoever had said it, they possibly, could have, like fell in their own trap. So it goes back to the beginning of the message, like somebody trying to trick somebody, to help being them, out of the dark abyss out here. Somebody, could be trying to trick somebody to believe, that they don't have anywhere to live. They don't have any food to eat and all this stuff. I don't know, this is, like so they can get some money. Somebody, could just be acting like they're homeless, you know what I mean? Somebody, could just be out there panhandling, but they're not really homeless, you know what I mean? They don't really need to panhandle. It's something about, like somebody, doing something that they don't have to do, but they're doing it anyway. Mm. Yeah. Be aware of overindulging at this time. Overindulging, in too much social media. Too much of, meat. You know what I mean? Too much gossip. Whatever it is, just be aware of overindulging. Somebody, yeah, I don't know. Somebody, could be, like trying to get out of the game, you know what I mean? So, like, somebody, could live, like some type of street life, and they could be trying to, get out of living that street life. Somebody, could be trying to get out of a gang, as well. Or some type of group, some type of organization, some type of cult, some type of coven. But we got the High Horse card. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an H. Somebody, could be, somebody, yeah, they can't tolerate something. They could be trying to humble somebody. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, if, yeah, like somebody, somebody knows that somebody, they don't eat ice cream because they're lactose intolerant. So somebody, y'all know how they make those cakes to look like it's chicken or, but it's really ice cream. Or, make it look like, it's something, that somebody, can eat or whatever. And they don't tell the person, that it's really ice cream, and as soon as, like the person bites into it, like it's ice cream. So, yeah, it's no going back, once it hits somebody's mouth, especially somebody, that's lactose intolerant, yeah, they're, a little bit of it seeps down the throat, even though somebody might not have chewed it up or whatever, and swallowed it. And, yeah, like the stomach starts rumbling, you know what I mean? They start, seeing signs that, yeah, I'm going to have to find the closest bathroom because it's about to be on. So, somebody, could now be trying to run and hide is also what I'm picking up too. But we got the good karma, good luck card. So something about, yeah, some good luck, good karma. I don't know, if somebody can't tolerate, they don't like the fact, this good stuff is going on, like in somebody's life out here. But something about March. So somebody could be a Pisces or an Aries. Something, could have taken place, in Pisces season or Aries season. Something definitely, yeah, could have taken place in March. Somebody, could have, whatever, like somebody, somebody, could have manifested something in March. And so, it could be coming to fruition now. Somebody could have a lot of kids out here. Why this third party card here? Somebody definitely, yeah, could have a lot of interferences at this time. Or, you know what I mean? There are people that are trying to cause, like a lot of interferences. Yeah, whoever those people are, they about to learn a lesson out here. Or somebody's about to learn a lesson. I feel like, yeah, like somebody needs to be taking some type of notes out here. So I feel like like there are people, that could be, like looking down on somebody, but, like they're thinking highly of somebody. Because if you think that somebody's on their high horse, it's because, like they're doing something, that, yeah, like you can't do, or, like you're not doing. Some people, they're just ego driven, and they're prideful. And yeah, they're on a high horse, but, like not in a good way. But I feel like that somebody, is confident, you know what I mean? Somebody, somebody knows where, they want to go in life. Somebody, sets goals and they follow through. So I feel like, yeah, instead of some people, like hating on somebody, yeah, they instead of them hating, they need to, congratulate. Maybe, yeah, people need to start taking notes, because I feel like like somebody's on the right path. Somebody knows where they're going. Somebody knows what they're doing, and somebody's confident in doing so. Maybe, yeah, people, could have just spread a big ass lie about somebody, because they can't tolerate, you know, somebody's energy. They can't tolerate somebody's aura. They can't tolerate, you know, somebody's light, you know. So yeah, somebody's light definitely, yeah, could be irritating somebody or some people's demons out here. I don't know. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be so thirsty, you know, to have, yeah, sex, you know, like they do it. And yeah, they possibly, you know, once they get up, you know, they could find out, you know, that yeah, they had something, you know. Maybe it might be something that they can't get rid of. Somebody, you know, could be trying to get rid of somebody, you know what I mean? And yeah, like they're like a cancer, you know, like they just won't go away. Somebody could be a cancer or have cancer in their chart. Oh, you had two that fell on the floor. Yep, the two that fell on the floor was authentic self. So somebody, yeah, operates in their authentic self. Somebody, yeah, is showing their true self. Somebody's doing it courageously as well. But yeah, there's somebody or some people that have jealousy issues out here. Yeah, I don't know. Jealousy may be affecting, you know, like somebody's relationship out here. Or somebody, you know, could be trying to play the jealousy game to affect somebody's relationship. So just be aware. At the bottom of this deck, we got trust the process. Trust the process of the relationship. Don't rush for answers. So I don't know. Maybe somebody, you know, is about to learn a lesson about, you know, like trying to rush for some answers out here. We got attachment issues. So somebody, you know, could have attachment issues out here. Some type of attachment issues could, you know, like arise. Maybe that's how somebody feels. I don't know if it's kids. So, you know, maybe somebody is in a relationship, you know, and they're scared, you know, to, you know, like fully take the relationship to the next level. Because, you know, they could feel, you know, like their kids aren't going to like it. Or, you know, my kids are going to miss me, you know. Somebody could be in a long distance relationship, you know. And so somebody, you know, they want to move, you know, to where, you know, their partner is. But they, you know, could fear, you know, like their kids are going to miss me. My kids are going to miss me. Or, you know, what is my mama going to do or whatever have you. Or somebody, you know, could just be, you know, like learning lessons at this time, you know, about relationships, you know, or somebody, you know, has already learned, you know, like some type of lessons. And so maybe, you know, like somebody, you know, is, yeah, they're finally, you know, like seeing something for what it really is. But we have exposing lies. So the truth will eventually be exposed. So there could be somebody, you know, that could be wearing a mask right now. So somebody's mask, you know, could be voluntarily being removed out here. But somebody definitely could be so thirsty, you know, to like, expose lies about somebody. But the truth, yeah, eventually will be exposed. There could be some unspoken tensions between some people. That could be why, you know, like somebody, you know, wants to play the jealousy game. But we have new alliances out here. New alliances will bring you support and opportunities. We got family ties. So somebody attached to their family out here. So family dynamics definitely, yeah, could be, you know, like influencing, you know, like a relationship out here. Or influencing the relationship, you know, to either go good or bad. Something about, yeah. So the truth will eventually be exposed. So I don't know, you know, if people, you know, thought that the truth wasn't going to, you know, like be exposed. But something about, yeah, like somebody having family ties out here. Somebody, you know, could only be telling, you know, like partial truths. So going back to, you know, like somebody trying to trick somebody. Somebody, you know, could have told, you know, like their family, you know, like partial truth. But we got the real story. So the real story, yeah, could be about to come to the light. The true story will come to the light. The truth will eventually, yeah, be exposed. Somebody, you know, could be giving somebody the cold shoulder. Somebody, you know, could be deliberately distancing themselves. Somebody, you know, could be, yeah, like hiding, you know, like some type of dissatisfaction out here. Somebody, you know, yeah, they could be, you know, about to, you know, like distance themselves from their family, you know, once, you know, the true story comes to light, once the truth will, you know, once the truth is exposed out here. Somebody, you know, could be giving somebody mixed signals. So some type of signals, you know what I mean, could be unclear and confusing. So confession. So someone is about to confess their true feelings to somebody. But I feel like this is all, you know, happening while somebody is about to manifest something. Yeah, there could be somebody, you know, that could be pretending, you know, to be fine out here. So somebody, you know, possibly, you know, could appear to be strong outwardly, but yeah, they're feeling vulnerable on the inside. There could be some private matters, you know, that could be publicly exposed out here. Somebody could be holding back. So there could be somebody, you know, that could be holding back. They're not being fully open with somebody. But the true story will come to the light. The truth will eventually be exposed out here. We have path unknown. So somebody doesn't even know where they're going out here. I don't know. Somebody's about to learn a lesson. I feel like somebody, you know, yeah, like they you know, could have tried to trick somebody, you know, to believe some stuff, you know, or trick some people to believe some stuff. And yeah, they pretty much tricked themselves. They pretty much played themselves. Ha, ha, ha. Joke's on them. But the path ahead in the relationship is uncertain, yet hopeful. So something about a relationship. This could be, you know, like a family unit relationship or something like that. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be crossing paths with somebody, or somebody, you know, has already crossed paths with somebody. A destined encounter is about to happen between you and someone. So either this destined encounter has already happened or it's about to. So this destined encounter could bring forth some type of new perspective. So this destined encounter could help somebody to see things, you know, like from a new perspective out here. Yeah, we got loyal or not. Something about a lawyer could be significant, but somebody definitely, yeah, could be trying to test somebody's loyalty out here. Trick, test, yeah, it's all the same. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could be about to learn some type of lesson about, you know, like trying to test somebody's loyalty. I don't know if somebody, you know, was trying to, you know, like send somebody's way, you know what I mean, to see, you know, if somebody's gonna cheat, somebody's gonna, you know, accept, you know, like their offer, you know, to go out on a date. So just be aware. This is weird. We went from, you know, I don't know. Yeah, maybe somebody, you know, is gonna, you know, like try to send somebody in to tell somebody, you know, some stuff just to see if somebody's gonna believe it, you know, just to see if somebody, you know, is going to take that person's side, or, you know, be loyal, you know, to the person, you know, that they're, you know, y'all know what I'm saying. Somebody said that they had receipts on somebody. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have somebody, you know, like under the microscope. Or something about, yeah, they said they had receipts on somebody, you know, under the microscope is when you look at organism, when you look at stuff, you know, to see, you know, what's going on within somebody's body. So something about, yeah, the STD or the STI. So there could be somebody, you know, that was so naive that they believed, you know, that somebody had receipts on somebody. So somebody, you know, could have to make some type of decision, or somebody, you know, yeah, they're learning a lesson about, you know, like making some type of decision. So going back to, yeah, like somebody trying to test somebody's loyalty, you know what I mean? And yeah, like it basically backfired on them. Or that's what's going to happen. This is like, you know, somebody, you know, yeah, just lying, you know what I mean, to see, you know, somebody's going to fall for their lies, fall for their tricks. So just be aware. Somebody, you know, could be about to learn a lesson about, you know, like their family. Four of Swords. Yeah, the month of April could be significant. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus. Somebody definitely, yeah, is all up in their head. Somebody definitely, you know, could be trying to, yeah, like conjure up, you know, like a plan right now. But somebody's paranoid out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, is ready to stab somebody in the back. If y'all see that person is holding a knife, yeah. Somebody, you know, could be having nightmares as well. You know. So that could be why somebody, you know, is paranoid. Somebody, you know, could be having nightmares about somebody. Nightmares about, you know, like stuff, you know, that somebody, you know, could have done in the past. We got the High Priestess. So you could be a High Priestess, you know. You could be operating in this High Priestess energy. Yeah, somebody knows some stuff. Somebody knows a lot. Somebody, you know, could hold some type of secrets out here. Maybe that's why what somebody, you know, was trying to do, test somebody's loyalty, you know. So be aware, because somebody could be trying to trick somebody. Somebody could be 42 years old or 24 years old. Something about, yeah, a side chick or a side dude. I don't know if somebody's so thirsty to be somebody's side chick or side dude, or there's a thirsty side chick or side dude out here. Or maybe that's what somebody's trying to do, you know. Yeah, I wonder, you know, if they'll, yeah, like be a side chick or a side dude. Just be aware. Yeah, the Hermit. Somebody, you know, that ghosted somebody, you know, could be trying to come back around. I feel like, yeah, like somebody, you know, yeah, they basically, yeah, realizing, you know, like they, you know, duped themselves. You know, they could have gotten duped, you know, by their family, playing, you know, yeah, like some type of game. Somebody could be 49 years old. Somebody could be born in 1994. But something definitely is about to be revealed to somebody. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be on drugs, cocaine. Be aware of somebody trying to trick somebody, you know what I mean, with some drugs. Somebody definitely, yeah, could try to lace something, you know what I mean. So say somebody, you know, smokes the marijuana, you know, somebody, you know, could be trying to lace it, you know what I mean, and then be like, yeah, take a hit. Be aware. But we got the Strength card at the bottom of the deck. So somebody definitely, yeah, is strong out here. You know, somebody, you know, could have overcome, you know, like a lot of stuff. So, you know, all the stuff, you know, that we talked about, you know, that could have been in somebody's past. So it makes sense, you know, why somebody, you know, would like be this strong. Somebody could be born in 1984. Somebody could be 48 years old. Somebody could be born in 1998 or 1989. There is a Leo involved. There definitely, yeah, could be, you know, like a passed over loved one, you know, that could come to somebody while they're sleeping. So somebody, you know, is being told to pay attention to their dreams. But we got Judgment. So there could be somebody, you know, that could be under judgment. There's also somebody, you know, or some people that could be learning about, you know, like judging somebody. So judge ye not, lest ye shall be judged. April the 9th of 2020 could be significant. Something about, yeah, the year of 2020. Somebody definitely, yeah. Somebody could sell drugs. Somebody possibly, yeah, could be trying to get some type of get back. But we got the moon. So something about, yeah, the full moon. This is June the 18th. I don't think the full moon was on the June the 18th, but it was somewhere around there. So something about, yeah, the full moon in June. Somebody, yeah, could be a Gemini or a Cancer. Somebody, yeah, could be a Scorpio out here. Somebody, you know, could be under investigation. There could be some type of judgment, you know, that could go in somebody's favor out here. Yeah. Somebody definitely, yeah. With that high priestess and with the veil, yeah. Somebody, you know, sees beyond the veil. Somebody, you know, could be, yeah, looking at some stuff, you know, like from a higher perspective out here. Somebody, you know, could, yeah, like have some type of trauma. Somebody, you know, could have been, you know, like traumatized by some stuff. It could be, you know, like in their childhood. But somebody, you know, has healed and overcome, you know. Yeah, we got a divine feminine that fell on the floor. Somebody definitely, yeah, wants somebody to take a fall. Or somebody, you know, could be trying to trick somebody into, you know, like taking the fall for something. So just be aware. But somebody definitely, yeah, has abandonment issues out here. Somebody could be born in 1982. Or somebody, yeah, somebody, you know, could have to walk away. We got the distant future. So yeah, somebody's on the right path out here. Somebody could be a Virgo or a Libra. Somebody could be born on the 20th of the month, the 29th of the month. Somebody's life path could be the life path number 4. Somebody, yeah, somebody doesn't want somebody to be on the right path. So I feel like whatever lies that they told, it was, yeah, that somebody, you know, was definitely not on the right path, and they definitely weren't doing the right things. And so somebody, you know, was proving, yeah, like somebody or some people wrong. And so, yeah, I feel like somebody can't tolerate the fact that they're being proven wrong. So somebody, you know, could be trying to trick somebody, so be aware. Something about, yeah, Halloween. Something could take place by Halloween. But we got love offer. So somebody, you know, could be trying to trick somebody with a love offer, so be aware. Somebody, you know, could be having like stabbing headaches out here. Or I don't know. Be aware of going back to, yeah, that luring energy. Because somebody, you know, yeah, they're itching, they're thirsty, you know, to, yeah, like whoever this is with this knife in their hand. So be aware. But we got abundance. So yeah. Somebody, you know, there could be some type of judgment that goes in somebody's favor, and it has something to do, you know, with some type of abundance. This could be spiritual abundance, physical abundance. I remember we did a message, I think it was last week, and there was some spiritual abundance that, you know, was on its way to somebody. But I believe in as above, so below. So, you know, if there's some spiritual abundance come on its way to somebody, then definitely, yeah, physical abundance as well. Somebody, you know, could be learning some type of lesson, you know, about judging people, you know. because, you know, they don't have any money, or, you know, like, yeah, like putting people, you know, because they have money, you know, putting them on a, you know, like a pedestal, or, you know, yeah, somebody, you know, could be, you know, like learning a lesson about, yeah, choosing, you know, like money over love out here. Or somebody, you know, could have to make some type of decision. So maybe, you know, there's two people, you know, that want to bring some type of love offer, a rich one and a not rich one. That's for somebody, not everybody. Or somebody, you know, yeah, they already made their decision, so they base it off of money. So there could be a divine feminine, you know, that didn't have money. You know what I mean? They didn't, you know, they didn't conform, you know, like to somebody's type of lifestyle, you know. So they chose the other one, you know, that had money, or looked like that they had money, that conformed to their lifestyle or whatever have you. So be it. Somebody definitely, yeah, could see the future out here. There's a spirit guide, you know, that, yeah, like they're guiding somebody, you know what I mean? A guiding light. Somebody, you know, could be being used, you know, to guide people, you know, to the light out here. So maybe that's what somebody, you know, is you know, like is realizing, you know, that somebody, you know, was put in their life, you know, to, you know, like guide them to the light, or something about, you know, yeah, like passed over loved ones, you know, being guided to the light. This message is all kind of weird. Somebody, yeah, could have to go to the doctor. It could be a masculine energy. We got distant horizons. So yeah, we got distant future and distant horizons. So something about the future is very significant. But whenever this distant horizons card comes out, it always gives me, you know, like somebody's future is over. So maybe somebody knows that their future is over. So maybe, you know, they're trying to, you know, like get some get back, get some revenge. But yeah, whoever this person is, yeah, because they know that their future is over, you know, they could be, yeah, like they're so thirsty, you know, to, yeah, you know, like have a future, you know, and so they're willing to trick somebody, you know, to, yeah, like pulling them out of the dark abyss. I don't know, but somebody just needs to be aware. The number 36 is very significant. We got 36 on this distant horizons card and 36 on the distant future card. So let's look into the angel number 3636 real quick. The 3 and 6 combination is a message that the Ascended Masters are helping you to manifest the material items you need to enable you to live out your divine life purpose. Whatever it is that is needed will be presented to you in due course. Short and sweet. Short and simple. Somebody could be short and sweet, short and simple, but we do have, you know, this abundance out here. So something about, yeah, something, you know, somebody already being set for the future, you know. So maybe that's what somebody can't tolerate. I don't know. Somebody can't tolerate something, and they're going to have to take it up with their doctor, you know. They're going to have to take it up with their therapist. They're going to have to take it up with God. But we got occupation. So something about, yeah, somebody, you know, putting in a lot of hard work, you know. Somebody can't tolerate, you know, like the work that somebody does. You know, whatever somebody does, somebody could be a doctor. You know, they don't like the fact that somebody's a doctor. Somebody, you know, yeah, somebody could be a healer. They don't like the fact that somebody's a healer. Somebody, you know, could be, you know, a psychic. They don't like the fact that somebody, you know, is a psychic. Yeah. Oh, well. Sucks to be them. Why they all up in somebody's business? Why they all worried about somebody else's life but their own? Somebody's working really, really hard, though, yeah, to figure out how to trick somebody, or, you know, or they did. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could try to send, you know, like whoever this wealthy man is, you know, to try to trick somebody. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be hiring a lawyer. But going back to, yeah, the angel number 3636, somebody definitely, yeah, is manifesting. Basically manifesting their heart desires. So I feel like it's here. It's here for the taking. Going back to the message yesterday, somebody's ready to receive this. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be hiring a lawyer. Or, like somebody, is going to have to hire a lawyer. And then we got great fortune that came out on top of abundance. With judgment and abundance, yeah. Ooh-wee. For somebody, there could be a lawyer, that already has some information, so there could be a lawyer, that could reach out to somebody, so there could be something that somebody don't know. And a lawyer, could reach out to him and be like, yeah, this is Mark Smith from Smith, Klein and Johnson office, and we just want to let you know that we've gotten some paperwork, and your name is on it, and this is what it says. But be aware, because somebody definitely, yeah, could send somebody a text message out here. Possibly, yeah, trying to trick somebody. I don't know if somebody thinks that somebody's so thirsty, for, them. But I feel like, yeah, like there's not a divine feminine or a divine masculine that's, too thirsty for anybody. But, the Most High God, thirsty to stay focused on their path, thirsty, yeah, to build generational wealth for their kids, for the ones that have them, So somebody, yeah, somebody's full of themselves. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be trying to, and if somebody's in a relationship, yeah, there's somebody that wants to, break two people up. If somebody's not in a relationship, yeah, they're trying to block this manifestation that's coming somebody's way. Yeah, somebody has a hidden obsession with somebody. So somebody, could be trying to, get somebody face to face out here. So be aware. I don't like it. Yep. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be planning to, physically attack somebody. So be aware. I don't know if somebody, is planning to physically attack somebody's kids or something like that. But be aware. But on the good side of things, I definitely I am picking up, like an energy to where, like somebody, could have helped somebody, however they help somebody. And so somebody, could want to, repay somebody, for helping them in whatever way, somebody has helped them. But just be aware. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be planning to physically attack somebody. I don't know if they're, trying to plan to physically attack somebody's kids. I don't know, but just be aware. But we got a fake DM, fake DF. So somebody, yeah, a fake divine feminine, fake divine masculine. So somebody, could be trying to send in, like a fake divine feminine, fake divine masculine. I don't know. Somebody thinks that they know somebody. So, like, there's somebody, that thinks that, they like wealthy men with money. So, yeah, we'll just send a wealthy man with money in there, to, yeah, lure them, to us. Okay. Yeah, but somebody's being targeted out here. Somebody's fake divine feminine or divine masculine, could be, like targeting somebody. But I'm also picking up too, yeah, like, somebody, could be wealthy, you know what I mean? Or somebody, could just be financially stable. Let's say that. And yeah, like somebody still shops at Target. So people, judge somebody. Well, you got all that money. Why you still shop at Target? Why is it your business? If I want to shop at the dollar store, I can shop at the dollar store, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying whoever, this message is resonating with. But I definitely do shop at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, Target, Walmart. You name it. Greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes. Yeah. So somebody, that could have had some type of plan to physically attack somebody, could be spiritual violation. Some type of cord has been cut. It could be because somebody, violated a spiritual violation. So somebody, could be, yeah, like planning to physically attack somebody, because the cord has been cut. So be aware, but yeah, it ain't gonna turn out right for whoever it is. We got negotiation. So somebody, yeah, they could, like hire an attorney or get an attorney, to speak on their behalf. So there could be some people, that already know, you know what I mean, that somebody or some people were planning to attack somebody. So somebody, could want to bring forth some type of negotiation out here. I don't know if somebody try to, somebody try to sue somebody, and it could backfire. But we got sending irritation energy. So somebody definitely could be, like trying to send somebody irritation energy, to make somebody overindulge. So, if somebody, like quit smoking, you know what I mean? Somebody sending irritation energy so that somebody, would, pick up a cigarette and smoke, or, pick up whatever they used to smoke and smoke it, or somebody, used to do drugs in the past, somebody sending irritation energy so that somebody, would, like do that drug that they did in the past. There could be a spiritual restraining order, that could be put in place. Yeah, somebody's hidden lover, you know what I mean? Could have planned to, like physically attack somebody, or they could be trying to, conjuring up a plan to physically attack somebody. Or there's somebody that feels like that, like a divine feminine, divine masculine, was like a hidden lover. And maybe that could be true, maybe, a divine feminine, divine masculine didn't know that they were in a third party, That's for somebody, not everybody. Somebody, could have a hidden lover out here. Yeah, be aware. But somebody possibly, should have listened out here. So I feel like when somebody, receives some type of warning or some type of sign, they should have taken heed to that warning, They should have taken heed to that sign. They should have taken heed to, like a spiritual restraining order. So somebody, the cord has been cut. So there could have been some type of spiritual restraining order that could have been put in place. But, going back to, like as above, so below. Because I'm a firm believer that, when stuff happens in the spirit realm, it definitely, happens, on the physical plane. So something about, a physical restraining order as well. So there could be some type of judgment, that could be put in place, and there could be a restraining order, that could be put in place because of this plan to physically attack somebody, or somebody, is going to need to get a restraining order. Yeah, we got cut the cord. So some type of cord has been cut. Somebody, could have given somebody, like some good advice as far as, for them, like to cut the cord when it comes, like to their family, or when it comes to, like a lover, when it comes to, whatever, that they should have listened about. So somebody, is realizing that they should have listened. So we got spill the tea. So somebody definitely, could want to spill the tea out here. Or somebody, already spilled the tea. Somebody definitely, could have done some type of money spell. So somebody should have listened. Maybe somebody was told not to do a money spell. They chose to do it anyway. But they're not the ones, it's going to get the money, They're not the, I feel like the tables have turned on somebody or some people. So there could be somebody, that, was trying to play a game, with somebody. And like it reversed. So the game reversed on somebody. So now there could be somebody else that could be planning to physically attack, like somebody's enemies are being attacked at this time. But the enemy definitely, could be trying to attack somebody. Or, the enemy, is now attacking, whoever these people are. If that makes any sense. But we got transmute energy. So somebody, could be transmuting some type of energy. Everybody, can't transmute energy out here, So whoever, this message, is for, definitely, can transmit some type of energy out here. So whatever energy, is being sent to somebody, somebody, could be, turning it, into, like, for their good, you know what I mean? So using it, like, to, manifest, love, manifest money, But somebody possibly, could try to get a lawyer, to reach out to somebody, to get somebody to, like let it go, whatever, like somebody or some people, did to somebody, let it go, going back to that negotiation. But somebody should have listened. Somebody should have cut the cord. Somebody should have let it go. So, we got war at the bottom of the deck. Somebody, you know, could have, waged a spiritual warfare on somebody. Somebody, you know, could have went to physical war as well. But, you know, like, if somebody tried to wage some type of spiritual warfare, going back to, you know, as above, so below, yeah, there could be some type of physical war that could be taking place now. But I feel like that, yeah, it's like, yeah, the tables have turned on somebody or some people. So all the stuff, you know, that we talked about at the beginning of the message, it could be, you know, like other people's lives being exposed. Yeah, you could be seeing the angel number 555. Somebody definitely feels like that they should have listened, you know, when somebody, you know, told them to change, you know, change your ways, change your thoughts, change your life. But there is a change that's taking place for sure. Yep, and somebody definitely, yeah, they did a money spell. So there could be a change, you know, to somebody's finances. But I feel like whoever these people are, yeah, they helped, you know, like to manifest, you know, whatever, you know, was taking place. So we got important decision. So somebody, you know, could be about to have to make some type of important decision. With this plan to physically attack and to cut the cord, I don't know. It's giving me, you know, like somebody planning to physically attack, yeah, like a baby or a child or something like that. We got divorce papers at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, you know, yeah. Somebody, you know, could be served divorce papers. Maybe they don't like it. Or, you know, like somebody, you know, yeah, after, you know, they've gotten into the dark abyss, you know, they realize that they should have listened. Now they're trying to, you know, get out of the dark abyss. Or be aware of, yeah, like somebody trying to get somebody, trick somebody to, you know, pull them out of the dark abyss. Yeah. So, whoever, you know, this message is resonating with, yeah, just know that you are not the problem. So there's some people, you know, that, or somebody, you know, that, yeah, they made you the problem. You know, they couldn't tolerate you and woo yada yada. Nah, you're not the problem. It's whoever these people are. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an A. Yeah. Whoever this person is or these people are, yeah, they're in denial. They possibly, you know, have been in denial for a long time. But yeah, it's about a choice. So whatever, you know, yeah, somebody chose to do, yeah, they chose to do it. Yeah, free will. So, you know, somebody, you know, yeah, they're using, you know, choosing to, you know, invoke their free will, you know what I mean, to, you know, have a better life, you know, to set themselves up for the future, to set their kids up for the future. And yeah, somebody else chose to stay in the game, live a street life, criminal life, or whatever they did, yeah, or whatever, you know, whatever they're doing or whatever they did. We got an older brother, so there could be an older brother that's involved. Somebody's older brother, you know, could have been a part of some type of plan, you know, like to physically attack somebody. Or somebody's older brother, you know, somebody, you know, could have a plan to physically attack somebody's older brother. Somebody, you know, could be realizing, yeah, like people around them are the problem. So, yeah, somebody, you know, could have been trying to make somebody a problem the whole time, to only, yeah, be in denial about, yeah, the people that, you know, that were close to them. We got a Capricorn. So, yeah, there's a Capricorn involved. Somebody's older brother definitely, yeah, could have, you know, like slept with somebody's lover, somebody's wife, or something like that. But yeah, whoever these people are, you know, yeah, they were in the Fluck Around and Find Out energy, and yeah, they're about to find out. So there's some people, you know, that wanted some truth. They're about to find out the truth. There are some people, you know, that wanted to know, yeah, the full story. They're about to, yeah, find out the full story. Somebody definitely, yeah, is on their life path. Somebody's life path definitely, yeah, is the life path number 5. We got the F to the B to the I. So the F to the B to the I, you know, could be involved. We got funeral. Somebody, you know, could have to make an important decision about an older brother when it comes, you know, like to a funeral. Or somebody, yeah, they were planning to physically attack somebody, or they're in the, you know, strategizing now, you know, to, yeah, basically, so that, yeah, like, there would be a funeral to take place. Yeah, there's a jealous person out here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody done already laid the foundation for somebody's funeral. Somebody done already planned somebody's funeral. But something about, yeah, somebody passing away. So somebody, could have passed away. So maybe that's, this judgment, could be going to somebody because of this person passing away. That could be why somebody's jealous as well. But somebody definitely, yeah, they can't tolerate the fact that people know somebody's name out here. But I feel like it's for many, many reasons, Mm-hmm. So be aware, because somebody definitely, yeah, could, come in begging and pleading, But it's all a part of, yeah, like a trick. Yeah, somebody knows that somebody, is good all by themselves. But yeah, good all by themselves as far as, like somebody, can still be working on themselves. Like somebody's on their self-love tour. You know what I mean? So that means, yeah, one person, me, self. Yeah. There could be some people that think that somebody's, like by themselves. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a K. Something about, yeah, a AK. So be aware. Planning to physically attack somebody with an AK. Somebody could be from Arkansas, Alaska. I don't know, somebody trying to lure somebody to Alaska, lure somebody to Arkansas. But somebody possibly, yeah, could be, like trying to trick somebody by trying to, say that they want to, like win somebody back out here. Yep, all because somebody's wishes and dreams are coming true out here. We got credit card fraud. So somebody, could have committed credit card fraud. Somebody possibly, yeah, wants to, bring forth some type of negotiation, to let it go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, credit card fraud, theft by deception. Somebody, could have done some type of love spell out here. Somebody, yeah, going back to, like, yeah, like the lie. So yeah, somebody told a lie. Somebody's been living a lie, and somebody told a bold-faced lie about somebody. And yeah, people possibly, yeah, could be realizing, like that their story isn't adding up. Yeah. Put a fork in it, it's done. So yeah, something is done. But I feel like somebody, could be realizing, that yeah, like somebody's story isn't adding up. So they want to be done with somebody. So I don't know. Something about divorce papers is very significant. So there could be, some people that were married, they could be getting a divorce out here. But somebody's story ain't adding up. I don't know if this is, like somebody try to say, that a divine feminine or a divine masculine, plan to physically attack them. And so, they get the FBI to watch a divine feminine, divine masculine, and they find out that the divine feminine, divine masculine is definitely, like on their path, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yep. But somebody definitely, could have faced rejection and definitely, could have chosen an alternate path. So that could be what people, could be seeing. That's why people know somebody's name, because of, somebody's drastic transformation. Drastic change. Yep. And there is somebody or some people that, they're stuck in denial. Yeah. Somebody definitely, could have, like had to sacrifice a little, you know what I mean? But somebody definitely, is about to gain a lot out here. And, sacrifice a little, that could mean, basically, sacrificing, themselves, deciding, that, like they're going to change. Yeah, it's about a choice, and so, somebody's about to gain a lot. Somebody, could be in the public's eye. So that's what somebody can't tolerate, somebody being in the public's eye. Somebody, could have, sacrificed, a job, that, didn't serve their highest good, to be about to gain a lot, Somebody's not in the public's eye. Somebody's about to be. Yeah, there's somebody or some people that are about to get a rude awakening. There definitely, yeah, could be somebody in the public's eye, you know, that, you know, could have, you know, supposed to, you know, be using their spiritual gifts, you know, in the right way. And yeah, they're not. So yeah, they could be about to get a rude awakening as well. But yeah, there are some people that are about to get a rude awakening. Judgment definitely, yeah, is going in somebody's favor. And word definitely, yeah, could have gotten back to somebody. Word could have gotten back that somebody, you know, was in the public eye. You know, word could have gotten back, you know, that you know, that they, yeah, the full story is out. Or word could have gotten back to somebody, you know, that yeah, like stories ain't matching up. Yep, we got a karmic masculine. So word could have gotten back to a karmic masculine that somebody, you know, could be in the public's eye. Or yeah, I don't know, be aware, because somebody, you know, could be trying to, yeah, like sue somebody. But whoever this is, they're about to get a rude awakening. We got life is a gift. It's precious, and yeah, it's valuable. So somebody was playing with life. So that could be, you know, why somebody's about to get a rude awakening. Somebody, you know, could have been playing with multiple people's lives. Kids, they mama and them, they family, you know, yeah, all type of people. So whoever this is, yeah, they're thinking about the past, but they're worried about the future. This is somebody, you know, that could be, yeah, like sending out, you know, like sexual energy. Yeah, but they're about to get a rude awakening. So whoever this is, yeah, because word done got back to them, yeah, they possibly, you know, could be trying to make some type of quick financial decisions to save themselves, but it ain't gonna work. They're about to get a rude awakening. Somebody definitely, yeah, could end up in the hospital out here. We got collusion. So, yeah, there are people that were in collusion. They were in, you know, secret agreement, or, you know, secretly, you know, made a deal, you know, to cooperate for an illegal or deceitful purpose. Or, yeah, like somebody's trying to trick somebody, you know, like to take the fall. So be aware. So yeah, be aware of, yeah, a too good to be true opportunity, too good to be true deal. Going back to, yeah, that negotiation. Be aware of, you know, like a too good to be true negotiation. Yeah, don't trust it. Because somebody possibly, yeah, could want somebody to become a first-time felon. Or yeah, there's somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they're about to be a first-time felon. They no longer have a clean record, you know, and yeah, or they don't want to have a record. So yeah, they want to trick somebody into, you know, like doing something, you know, taking the fall or whatever. Word could have got back to somebody, you know, that, yeah, that they have to pay up. Whoever this is, yeah, maybe they gonna act like that they didn't know they had to pay up. You know, when it comes to credit card fraud and theft by deception, yeah, you know, you gotta pay up. I mean, why would you not? Or, you know, yeah, like somebody didn't know that they had to pay up when it comes to, yeah, karma. We got a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. There's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius that's involved. You could be seeing the angel number 222. Somebody didn't think that they had to pay up for trying to send out some sexual energy somebody's way. So, something about, yeah, a STD, STI. I don't know. Somebody, you know, yeah, trying to send out some sexual energy. Somebody, you know, yeah, somebody doing some type of love spell. And, yeah, then they hop up in the bed with somebody. And, yeah, they get up, you know, you lay down with a dog, you get up with fleas. We got April the 20th. So something about April the 20th could be significant. Yeah, 420. So something about, yeah, some marijuana. Yeah, something about, yeah, some drugs. We got a POA. So somebody, you know, could, yeah, find out, you know, that they're about to take over some type of power of attorney. I don't know if somebody, you know, was in collusion, you know, to try to, you know, get themselves to, you know, be over this power of attorney. Or there's a karmic masculine, you know, that, yeah, they're trying to, you know, like take over, you know, like a power of attorney out here. We got caution. So somebody definitely, yeah, needs to use caution out here. For sure. We got spiritual lineup. So yeah, whoever was in collusion, yeah, everybody got to line up. And then we got karma. So yeah, there are some people that, yeah, are about to receive some karma. They're about to get a rude awakening. So somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, like they have done a great job allowing their guides to guide them. But there is somebody, you know, that wants somebody to make a fool of themselves. So just be aware. We got last to find out. So somebody, you know, could be the last to find out about this. We got spiritually in debt. So somebody's spiritually in debt out here. So whatever this abundance is, yeah, it could be being given to divine feminine, divine masculine. But there's also some people, you know, that, yeah, they're blame storming. So they're trying to figure out who they can blame. So be aware. Somebody trying to sacrifice. I don't know. There could be some people that could be trying to, you know, blame storm, trying to figure out who they can blame for trying to do some type of sacrifice. But I feel like that word has gotten back to somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they have to pay up. Whoever this is, yeah, they chose the bad road. They chose the road always traveled. But there are some people, you know, that, yeah, they made up a big ass lie because they don't like the fact that somebody's in the public eye. Yep. But yeah, time is precious. Use it wisely. So yeah, somebody, you know, should have, yeah, used their time wisely out here. So somebody possibly, yeah, could be ready to speak up. But yet and still, they're about to get a rude awakening out here. Somebody thinks that they're, you know, about to bring their personal drama to somebody's doorstep. Nah. Or there could be people, you know, that could be about to, yeah, learn a lesson, get a rude awakening about, you know, bringing their personal drama to somebody's doorstep. We got a mother. So there's a mother involved. Somebody's mother could be about to, you know, like receive a rude awakening. It could be all these people, you know what I mean? They could be thinking that they're going to take over a power of attorney, you know, and yeah, it's a divine feminine, divine masculine, you know, that could be about to take over a power of attorney. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be online dating or having, you know, like some online dating relationships. So, I don't know, somebody, you know, yeah, they date people online to get money. Wow. And then we got this. I know I ain't tripping. Yeah, but people could have lied because no one likes a liar. So people, you know, could have lied on somebody. You know what I mean? So maybe somebody's mother was the last to find out, you know, that, yeah, somebody told a bold-faced lie. So it could be a karmic masculine's family, you know what I mean, that could be finding out, you know, that word could have gotten back to that, you know, yeah, the story isn't adding up. Yeah, they told a bold-faced liar. I mean, a bold-faced lie. Yeah. Somebody's energy is very strong out here. Or word could have gotten back to somebody, you know, that, yeah, like their family members were involved. Somebody's family members were involved, yeah, in a smear campaign. Yeah, we got a karmic soulmate. So, yeah, the karmic soulmate, karmic masculine, karmic soulmate. Yeah, there's multiple people that are about to get a rude awakening. It could also be a jealous sibling out here that could be about to get a rude awakening. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be ready to speak up. But yeah, whoever these people are, they should know, yeah, that whoever, you know, this message is for can't be swayed left or right. Yeah. Somebody was born to lead, somebody was born to stand out, and somebody was born to, yeah, shine bright. We got a Grand Theft Auto charge or a conviction. So somebody, you know, could be getting charged with Grand Theft Auto. Somebody, you know, yeah, they want to trick somebody into taking the fall, or somebody was tricked into taking the fall, you know. But either way it goes, yeah, people are about to get a rude awakening. And there are people that, yeah, are sending somebody the evil laugh. Yeah, because they think that somebody's a punk pushover. So be aware. be aware, because yeah, people, you know, they think that somebody's a punk pushover, and yeah, they're about to get a rude awakening. Yeah, we got somebody could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. Yep, we got institution. So somebody, you know, could be in an institution, you know, so word could have gotten back to somebody, you know, that could be in the institution, you know, whether this is mental health institution, jail, or prison, you know, that, yeah, somebody, you know, could be in the public's eye, or, you know, word could have gotten back, you know, that somebody, you know, yeah, they have a new lover. Word could have gotten back, you know, yeah, whatever this word is that got back to this person, I feel like that they don't like it. Yeah, word could have gotten back, yeah, that somebody, you know, is stable and independent out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, is in spiritual jail out here. Or somebody, you know, could be, yeah, in physical jail, spiritual jail and physical jail. Yep, for committing, you know, like a major violation out here. So yeah, the last move that somebody made was the worst move that they could ever make. This could have something to do, you know, with like being in collusion, you know, to try to harm somebody. Or yeah, this could be, you know, to, yeah, like tell a habitual lie. So I don't know, somebody, you know, lied and said that their family, you know, manipulated them to betray somebody, or that's what somebody's going to try to, you know, say, you know, like that their family, you know, like manipulated them, you know, to betray somebody. Somebody could be a Taurus, Gemini, Cusper. Somebody's mother could be a bit habitual liar out here. But yeah, somebody, you know, could try to say that, yeah, like their family, you know, manipulated them to betray you. But yeah, their story isn't adding up. Or that's what somebody's going to try to do, trick somebody to believing that their family, you know, told them to manipulate them. I mean, to betray them. So yeah, somebody wants to see somebody face to face. Somebody wants, you know, like a one-on-one conversation with somebody. You could be seeing the angel number 22. Symbol of balance, manifestation, and divine purpose. Yeah, that's what somebody's doing out here. I don't know. There could be an ascended master, or, you know, like a spirit guide, or, you know, like an ancestor that could be having a one-on-one conversation with somebody. Or somebody, you know, could want to have, you know, like some type of one-on-one conversation. Whoever this fake, fraudulent, phony, so-called friend is. Somebody's definitely, yeah, is about to be a first-time felon out here. Somebody, you know, could be slinging around threats of harm. Yeah, which is a major violation. Yeah, somebody has a lot of family problems out here. Yeah, there could be a lot of gossiping going on in somebody's family. Yeah, a lot of fake love being shown, you know, in somebody's family. But maybe, you know, yeah, going back to with the Hermit and what is that card? The distant future. Yeah, so like somebody, you know, could see, you know, like the future. Somebody could be a psychic, have psychic abilities, and maybe somebody, you know, told somebody, you know, what was going to take place. And they, you know, thought that somebody was a punk pussy pushover. They thought that somebody, you know, didn't know what was going on. So yeah, somebody, you know, could realize that they should have listened. But yeah, they're also about to get a rude awakening. But yeah, somebody definitely needs to know that they have done a great job at allowing their guides to guide them. And yeah, there's somebody or some people that are about to receive some karma. There is a spiritual lineup. There definitely is a physical lineup that could be taking place. Yeah, but somebody, you know, could be receiving some type of karma because they don't want to admit that they have a problem out here. It says love is the power of emotion. It can make people do strange things. So yeah, that's what somebody, you know, is going to try to say. I love you so much. That's why I said I wanted to hurt you. Somebody doesn't want to hold themselves accountable. Yeah, but accountability doesn't cost a thing. We got a best friend, so there's a best friend involved. So yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, could be, you know, like voluntarily removing their own mask out here. Anything else? Yeah, somebody's fearless of judgment out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, has a confident mindset out here. So yeah, there's somebody, you know, that became comfortable with the discomfort, and now somebody's about to be made comfortable in a big way. So somebody, you know, is being told to continue to be, you know, the best version of them, because whoever these people are, whatever game that they made up, or whatever game, you know, that they were trying to, you know, trick somebody to play or whatever have you, yeah, they just didn't know, you know, that, yeah, the only game that matters is God's game. Yep. So, as I always say, y'all, keep your head held high and your middle finger higher, and everything's going to turn out in your favor. With that being said, y'all, that's been your message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.